now it's time to build our front porch, and we've started working on it. We've got a bottom leather plate and then the wood up top. That's going to be where we connect our roof to for the front porch. When we put in the concrete, we already put out these pillars where our posts are going to stand on, and we just attached our joist hangers. So our plan is to put up our posts and brace them, and then we'll put out our other framing, put in the joists, put on the decking, and then put on the roof. It's as simple as that. We have our 3 posts braced and set, and now we're going to start putting in our joists. We now have our joist hangers up on both sides, and Stacy is going to start cutting the lumber for the joists, and we're going to start putting them in. So Stacy, how do you feel about the redwood decking thus far?
So far it's going on really nice. I'm glad that we have full length 18-foot boards so we don't have any seams on the deck at all.
And just like that, we have a front porch. Ta-da! It's as easy as that. Now all we have to do is build a roof. We were able to successfully cut a pattern for our rafters for our front porch without having to call on our seasoned neighbor. We're pretty excited about that. And now we're going to cut the rest of our rafters for our front porch. Yay! Stacy got up our first rafter! It's another beautiful morning on the Tomarosa, and yesterday we got up 3 rafters on our front porch, and today we're going to go ahead and put in our other rafters. We put up the first 3 rafters and squared everything up, and now we're going to fill them in. So we have started our roofing with the sheathing. How's it going, Stacy?
It's going good. So I'm glad you're in the shade down there.
I am glad I am in the shade too. As we have been working on our house, we've had a covey of California quail that have been hanging around the building site. They pop up at random times, eating seeds and grasshoppers. Usually have one fella on lookout. Seems like they're having a good snack this afternoon. Our plan today is to work on getting in all of our windows for the downstairs. As my husband says, we start with the hardest thing first. So we're going to start with our big window, which is 4 feet by 7 feet. And then we have our other windows. Well, we managed to get our first big window in without killing ourselves through the judicious use.
Or breaking the window.
Yes, or breaking the window. The judicious use of our wonderful New Holland tractor. So we had a main front window to put in and 6 lower windows. This is 2 of the lower windows. And I think window wrap is my new favorite building material. Well, this side of the house is done. How excited are you?
Half excited.
You're half excited? So Stacy is finishing putting in our last window. Now we have all of the windows in, and it definitely makes the house feel more like a house. And here is the other side of the house and the front of the house. Having windows in suddenly makes it look like a real house. So this morning we came to our house and there were a couple of northern flickers stuck in our upstairs. And now they are flying out.
I think we got them all.
There's one more. One more. There it comes. And they're out. I think there was a total of, there was like 5 up here.
5 up here, 1 down.
And 1 downstairs. So we definitely need to close off the doors. Lesson learned. Okay, so on the Tomarosa, we have to build a couple set of stairs. The first set of stairs we're going to build is to our front porch. We've never cut out stair stringers before, but we found a pretty good video and we'll link it below. We have to use our square, and we put the rise and the run, and we calculated that. And first we made a template and we tested it. And we just used clamps and a straight board. And then we used that to cut out our template. Once our template was good, we just measured it out on our 2x12, and now we're going to cut out our stringers. This works a lot better for us, because we're not pros, than cutting a 2x12 and then finding out later that we didn't cut it correctly. So we're going to do our porch stairs first, and then we're going to do our inside stairs. Okay, here we are with Stacy coming down our new front steps. Very excited to finally have steps to go in and out of the house. Not that I'm knocking the back steps, which are cinder blocks. I mean, it was nice just to have anything, but very excited about having front steps. Now on to doing inside steps. Now we are inside of the house, and as much as I love using a ladder to get to the upstairs area, we are now going to build stairs. We're starting by marking out the opening on the floor. We're going to have 1 landing on, or 1 step on the floor, and then it's going to turn and go upstairs.
Here is our pattern for our stairs. We used a piece of 1/2-inch plywood spliced together to simulate a stringer because we didn't want to cut our very expensive 2x12. And we marked it off as if we were doing the complete stairwell, but we only really cut the top and the bottom. And we just have it dry fit in here, and everything seems to be fitting exactly how we wanted. And so we'll use this as a template for the overall stringer length, and we'll just remark where the treads will be cut out.
So now we have our real 2x12, and we are starting to make our marks on that using our pattern as a guide. And lots of faith and hope and prayers. It's a chilly morning here on the Tomarosa. We've got our pieces we cut last night. It got too dark for us to try to install them. We're installing a 2x4 for the bottom part of the stringers, and then we're gonna go ahead and dry fit everything before we do the final installation. Here is our dry fit of our stringers. Everything appears to be lining up and is level. And so now we are going to do our final installation.
That's pretty solid.
Good. I like solid. I prefer solid stairs to wobbly stairs. I don't know about you. And level. Is it level?
Yeah, they're level.
Awesome.
We have our stringers for our attic stairs cut and installed. Everything is where it needs to be. We did have to use some shims just to make sure everything lined up. But now all we have to do is cut some treads. We're just gonna use some 2x10s to cut some temporary construction treads because we don't wanna damage our finished wood, which we will install later. We cut some temporary work treads out of our concrete lumber we had left over, and now Stacy's just attaching them with one screw. Here are our roughed-in stairs. We have a very, very temporary safety railing. So you come here, you have your safety railing, you turn, you go up the steps. When you come up the steps, we have temporary safety rails around the opening. I'm just gonna come up and I'll turn around and show you the opening. Okay. So upstairs, we finished cutting out the opening and we just put these temporary safety railings just to prevent falling in. Eventually, on this side, there'll be a wall for a bedroom on this side, and then there'll be a wall here to block off the rest. And then, of course, bathroom. So yay, stairs done for now. Now that we were done with the stairs, it was time to paint the front porch.
I love spraying paint. It's the best investment we ever made.
That is one happy chief bosun's mate. That is blue.
That covers nicely though.
Painting the underside of the front porch a sky blue is a farmhouse tradition, supposedly to confuse bugs, but also to raise spirits during cloudy weather. Here is the porch after I painted all the trim white. Today we're doing some cleanup on the farm. Right now we're going to our transfer station, also known as the dump. And this is actually all the scrap wood that from our construction process this far that we are taking to the dump. And it consists of parts that are too small to use, or pieces of pressure treated lumber that we can't use, or things that have concrete or nails in it that we can't reuse. So we're pretty proud of that. The rest of the stuff we were able to reuse, or we have in our to burn bin, because we can burn it in our wood stove. And so we're picking up the rest of those pieces here. And so we're pretty proud of ourselves for not wasting a lot on our construction site. Stay tuned to our next installment on the Tomarosa. We will be installing doors and siding. See you next time.